Next question is from Susan. Susan says, I am worried how to go full speed when I still have a 9 to 5. They will see all the posts, even if I schedule them. And I just wonder about juggling both. All right, Susan, it sounds like, okay, so I'm going to make some assumptions here. One, is this I don't want people to see me trying something that I might fail at? Or is this there is a conflict of interest and I don't want my boss to see this? So there's one of two things happening here. If it is part one, if it is part one, and if it is because you don't want your friends to see it, and what if you fail and all that stuff, I'm just gonna say get over it. No sugar. Push forward. Make it happen. Like you can't worry about that. Nobody's gonna understand what you're doing anyway, no matter how far you have to explain it, and you ain't got to explain it to you. When you succeed and you're dominating in your online membership, then guess what? They're going to ask you how you did it too. Now, conflict of interest is a completely different issue. Okay. You probably need to really think about if you want to do that. I mean, you really do. You don't want to jeopardize your 9 to 5. You don't want to get yourself into legal trouble. I am not a lawyer. I'm going to preface this answer with everything. You can't sue me. I'm not telling you anything. You shouldn't do anything I say. I'm a fool and I'm dumb and don't listen to me. Okay. Now we're going to talk about it. All right. So basically, like you either need to talk about it with the people, or if this is a severe conflict of interest that could have like bad problems, you need to figure out what the parameters are and where you can work in and decide if that's actually going to be your idea. Right. One of the conflicts that we had, there's a huge copywriting argument of who owns lesson plans. Does the teacher that creates the lesson plan own it, or does the school own it? Right. There's a huge problem with it. Almost every single time, 99.9% of the time, when this has went to court, like teachers have won this battle, right? That they control their copyrighted thing, they're contract employees. So it's not like, you're not it's not like the same thing as a scientist who invents a vaccine for, a pharmaceutical company. It's not the same thing. But we still had a problem. We said, okay, well, wait a minute. What if this became a problem? What if they made this a conflict of interest? Would this hurt the original businesses that we made where we made lesson plans? So we decided that we would never work at work. We would never create anything at work or use any of our creations at our work, period. Everything that we did was on our own time, off the clock, period. It was not used inside of our schools, period. So that was the workaround that we had for that. And Jocelyn actually documented it in spreadsheets. We had a paper trail if it ever came out. Now, it never came up, nor will it. So, but still we had to think about it. Like, what if it came up? So I think in your case, I would ask myself some questions like, is what I'm doing a true conflict of interest? That's the first question. And then maybe talk to a lawyer to see, right? Get an opinion. Number two, how can I resolve that conflict of interest where it's not a conflict? Can you make it where it's not a conflict of interest? Okay. Number three, who do I actually need to tell about this business? Like, maybe you can go to your boss and talk to them about it and say, I'm going to do this on the side. I'm not going to ever work at work. It's going to be totally independent, but this is my thing and I'm going to go do it. Does this violate my non-compete clause? Like, ask them, get the information about it, right? But just be very careful. Wouldn't it be terrible if you built an amazing online business, but you violated a conflict of interest and it cost you that amazing online business? Like, that would be bad, right? So I don't want to discourage you. I don't want to tell you that this is not a good idea. You may be the perfect person to go into this space in whatever you're trying to do, but really dot your I's and cross your T's and do the research and do the background and be open and be honest. We've had many members of the community either pivot to another idea, or they went to their boss and their boss didn't care. And they thought they had a conflict of interest, but their boss was like, go for it. That's awesome. Congratulations. So make sure you're not going to cost yourself in one area or the other, and just do your due diligence before you decide. And remember too, we are all the accumulation of all of our knowledge and experience and wisdom. This is not your only idea. If it is a conflict of interest, do something else. No big deal. You have 100 amazing qualities inside you, Susan, that you could turn into an amazing online membership that makes an impact to hundreds of people around the world, right? You're not one page in your story. You're not just the job, right? That's not just who you are. So don't be afraid of this. Like, hey, maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I'll do that at work and I'll do something else over here. I've got other ideas too. Hey, y'all. Shane Sams here from the Flip Lifestyle Podcast and fliplifestyle.com. My wife, Jocelyn, and I are former school teachers who figured out how to make our entire living on the internet. And now we help other families do the same. Thank you so much for listening to today's featured online business question from a real member of the Flip Your Life community. I hope that you enjoyed today's show and that it helped you get unstuck and take your next steps in your online business journey. Have you ever had a question about online business, making money online, or becoming an internet entrepreneur? My wife, Jocelyn, and I have helped thousands of people start, build, and grow their own online businesses and create stable, predictable, recurring revenue for their family. We would love to help you and your family too inside of the Flip Your Life community. Each month, we host live members-only Q&As where we help you get unstuck and move closer to your family's dream. We would love to see you on our next Q&A inside of the Flip Your Life community. All you have to do is go to flippedlifestyle.com/free. That's flippedlifestyle.com/FREE. And you can sign up for a 30-day free trial to the Flip Your Life community. That's going to give you access to every single course, every single community forum, and 2 member calls every single month where you can come and ask questions live. That's flippedlifestyle.com/free. Go sign up for your free trial today. That's all I've got today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single episode of the Q&A with S&J. Tell us what you think about today's show in the comments or go leave us a 5-star review. And tune in every single week for the Flipped Lifestyle Podcast, where we help a real member of the Flip Your Life community one-on-one, and then we air that conversation live for everyone to hear. Remember, all you need is 100 people to pay you $50 a month to make $5,000 a month. That's $60,000 a year. That's enough money to flip your life and change your family future. Until next time, get out there, take action, and do whatever it takes to flip your life. We'll see you then.